Good morning, everybody. Today, let us discuss about the third concept. That's the poem On Children by Khalil Gibran. On Children. Through the poem, the poet criticizes those parents who are quite demanding and possessive about their children. And so, the poet wants the parents to understand their limits so that they can bring up their children in a more unique way. As far as On Children is concerned, this poem is extracted from the bunch of poems, that is, the Prophet. This collection of poems, around 26 poems, are present in the Prophet. About the poet Khalil Gibran, he is a Lebanese American poet who was born in Lebanon, went on to America, and his period was 1883 to 1931. He was a poet, he was a writer, he was an artist, as well as he was a philosopher. Now, the bunch of poems, Prophet, is containing the worthy poems which became so famous, so popular, that the Prophet was translated into 25 languages. Now, the poet writes on children to guide the parents and to let them know their responsibility. At first, let us try to get the background of the poem. The Prophet called Al-Mustafa, who was supposed to be a prophet, Pravadi anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. He just went to Orphalese. It's a foreign country. He went to the country called Orphalese and he stayed there for 12 years. As soon as he thought of boarding the ship, he was supposed to leave the place after 12 years of stay. As soon as he thought of leaving the place, several people gathered him, surrounded him. They went on asking him many questions about the life, death, their problems, about the marriage, about the children, about the markets, about the food, about buying, selling, about building the houses. Many questions related to several problems were being asked to the Prophet. And the Prophet kept on answering, giving the solutions to all the problems. At the same time, One lady came before the prophet holding a small baby on her chest, and she asked the prophet to tell her about her child. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಚಾರಕರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ದೈವಾಂಶ ಸಂಭೂತ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರಡಿ ಆಡಿಸೋರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಣಿ ಹೇಳೋರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ತಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೇಳದೆ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ ತಾಯಿಯಾದಂಥವಳು ತನ್ನ ಮಗುವಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೇಳುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ಸುಕಳಾಗಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ತನ್ನ ಮಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡವನಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದ ಮದರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಈಗರ್ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್, and when she makes a question to the prophet to tell her something about her children, the very response from the prophet in the initial stage is very horrible. ಹಾರಿಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂತಂದಾಗ ಆತ ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪ್ರತ್ಯುತ್ತರ ಭಾರಿ ಗಾಬರಿಯಾಗಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಭಯ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪುಟ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಬೈ ದ ಲೇಡಿ, and how did he respond? In the first few lines, the poet informs about the duties of the parents by criticizing them, and in the later part the poet guides them, directs them, suggests them that how they need to take up their responsibilities. So now let us get into the poem and see what was the question that was put forth by the lady and how could he respond. But at first, let us discuss about the pre-reading activity. On Children by Khalil Gibran. Pre-reading activity. What do your parents expect of you? Do your parents expect something of you? Obviously, yes. Every parent has some or the other kind of expectations. Some parents want you to become just like them. Some parents, they never want you to become like them. They want to be more rich, more intelligent, more sharp, more handsome, more beautiful, more glorious, more luxurious. They have several expectations, isn't it? So, parents are bound to have expectations, but whether the expectations are right or wrong, further we'll get to know. Next, what do you expect of your parents? Like your parents, you also have certain expectations with them. That my dad should be like this, my mom should be like this, they must do all these things for us, they must secure our life, they must provide all the necessities, they must provide luxuries, comforts, and so on. So as your parents have expectations, you too have expectations with them. And now, have you ever felt your parents are too possessive or demanding? Why? Did you ever find your parents too possessive? First, let me explain you what is a possessiveness. ಪೊಸೆಸಿವ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಯುತವಾಗಿ ಇದು ನಂದೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೀ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. Likewise, your parents too might have thought, you are their children, you belong to them, they have all the rights on you. And sometimes they are demanding too. They have several demands. You should do like this, you should do like that, you must be like this, you must not be like this, you must not do like this. So, several times we find they are too possessive and too demanding. Why? Because they think that they are your parents. And as a child, you must obey, you must follow the parents, which is quite wrong, says the poet. So, how he criticizes the parents in the first few lines, and later how he guides them, what he suggests them, how he lets them know their responsibilities towards the children through the poem. Let us read the poem and see what Khalil Gibran has got to say. So now, and a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, speak to us of children. So, a lady is seen with a child, and a woman who held a babe against her bosom. Bosom, in the sense, chest. When a mother is holding a baby to the chest, it means that it's very close, it's very intimate to the mother. ಅತಿ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯವುಳ್ಳ, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತ, ಆಪ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ದ ಲೇಡಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಟು ಹರ್ ಬಾಸಮ್ said, she asked the prophet, speak to us of children. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು. She wants to know the future of the child, that how it will grow, what it would become in his future life, and what answer you may expect from the prophet. Definitely, nobody can expect such an answer from anybody, but the way the prophet responds is like this. And he said, whom the mother is asking? She is asking the prophet. And then he replied, he said, what did he say? Your children are not your children. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಿಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಅವನ ಊರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ ಹೆಣ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ವಿಪರೀತವಾದಂಥ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತದದು. What does it mean then that your children are not your children? ಮಂದಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾವು, ಬಾಜುಕಿನ ಮನೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. But there is a different meaning to the statement made by the prophet. What does he mean? Let us see. Your children are not your children. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಈ ಮನೆ ನಂದು, ಈ ಕಾರ್ ನಂದು, ಈ ಹೊಲ ನಂದು, ಈ ಜಾಗ ನಂದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? ನೀವು ಉಸಿರು ಬಿಡೋವರೆಗೆ, ಉಸಿರು ನಿಲ್ಲೋವರೆಗೆ ಅದು ಮತ್ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ಯಾರೋ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮದದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಆಲ್ ಮೈಟಿ ಗಾಡ್. ಸರ್ವಶಕ್ತನಾದಂಥ, ಸರ್ವಶಕ್ತಿಮಾನನಾದಂಥ ಆ ದೇವರು ಈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಂದೇ, ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಿತ್ತ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಸಾಯೋವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು, ನಂದು, ಅದು, ಇದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಿಡದಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟು ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. Here he makes it clear to the parents about the children that do not expect anything from your children because they are not your children. Your children are not your children. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು? They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They are the sons and daughters. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇನಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವಳು ಮಗನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವನು ಮಗನೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವಳು ಮಗಳು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. You are sons and daughters. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They have got their life too. They have got their desires too. They have got their dreams too. They have got their expectations too. So now they belong to their life and their life's expectations. ಉತ್ಕಟೇಚ್ಛೆ. ಲಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಉತ್ಕಟೇಚ್ಛೆ, ಆಸೆ, ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಆಸೆ ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಗಳಿವೆ. ತಮ್ಮ ಆಸೆ ಆಕಾಂಕ್ಷೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳವರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್, ವಿಶಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ದೇ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದೆಮ್, ನಾಟ್ ಯು, ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್. ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯು ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು. ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯು ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯವಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದಾನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರೂ? ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯು ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ತಯಾರಾದಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಮನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. ಮನೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ತಯಾರಾದಂಥ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಅದು ತಯಾರಾಯಿತು, ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಮೂಲ ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಾಡಿನಿಂದ ಬಂತು. ಕಾಡೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂತು. ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಯಾರು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಆ ದೇವರು. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಭೂಮಿಗೆ, ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದಾನೇ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಖಲೀಲ್ ಗಿಬ್ರಾನ್ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯು ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಯು. You are just a reason, but you are not wholly responsible for the creation of your children. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. And though they are with you, your children may be there with you, but yet they do not belong to you. It means when children grow up, they go to school, they have got their own school life. They go to college, they have got their own college life. They go to several professions, they belong to that professional life. They will have their own families, their own dreams, desires. They keep chasing several dreams. So, and though they are with you, if they are with you, it's just for time being. Yet they belong not to you. So, even though they are staying with you, they don't belong to you. A time will come when they leave you, when they go away for executing their duties, for converting their dreams into reality. They'll choose the profession and they'll do many things. And thus, he says, you may give them your love, but not your thoughts. You may give your love to them, but not your thoughts. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಕೇವಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. There are so many examples for this. You know Duryodhana from Mahabharata. You know him. His mother Gandhari, a wonderful, characteristic woman, religious, pious woman she was. ಆದರೆ ಅವಳ ಮಗ ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ, he was the worst enemy of Pandavas. ಅಧರ್ಮದ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದು ಅನೇಕ ಕುಕೃತ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಮಹಾಭಾರತದಂಥ ಯುದ್ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣೀಭೂತನಾದ ಹಾಗೂ ಕೌರವರ ಅವನತಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನೇ ಕಾರಣನಾದ. ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ತಾಯಿ ಬಯಸ್ತಾಳೆ ತನ್ನ ಮಗನು ಹೀಗಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ? ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್, ಶಿ ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ even after giving so many good things, she could not give her ideas to him. She could not give her thoughts to him. And thus the poet is saying that you may give your love and affection. What you can give to your children is just your love and affection, not your thoughts. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಲೋಚನೆಯನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಯು ಮೇ ಗಿವ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ಲವ್, ಅಫೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬಿತ್ತಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವರ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರದೇ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರದೇ ಆದಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಹೀಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾಳೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಊಟ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡು, ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಞೂ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಆದರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಬಾಗಿಲಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ ಅಥವಾ ಹೊಚ್ಚಲಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ. Definitely you don't listen any single word of your mother. What do? You do what you wish. And that's why the poet says, you can give your only love and affection, but not your thoughts, because they have their own thoughts. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರದೇ ಆದಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಕೇವಲ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Why he says this? Why he makes such a statement? It's because several parents keep forcing their children that you must listen to me. You must do this. You must do that. This is wrong. This is right. Even if you say, they'll do what they feel right, and they will listen only to their heart, but not yours. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳೇ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೂರಿರ್ತವೆ. And now, you may house their bodies, but not their souls. You may house their bodies. ಕೇವಲ ಅವರ ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ನೀವು ನಿಯಂತ್ರಿಸಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಅವರ ಆತ್ಮವನ್ನಲ್ಲ. ದ ಸೋಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು ಶೋ ದ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ದ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ಬಂಧನದಲ್ಲಿಡಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಬಂಧನದಲ್ಲಿಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So, he is asking the parents not to make the child forcibly listen to them, but allow the child to lead its life in its own way. Just observe. Wherever the child goes wrong, correct it and just leave it. He will walk. But parents, they don't do this. They are very over precautious, over protective, you can say. ಅತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಕಾಳಜಿ, ಅತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಆರೈಕೆ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕೆಡುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ.